Welcome back to The Market Chef, and it's Christmas. We're in the County Supplies kitchen. We've got Chef Ryan here today, and we're going to be talking about your one and only roasty potato. And how do you want that roasted potato? They've got to be golden, crispy, with that fluffy centre, and with that all-important crunch. Right, Ryan, so what have I got for you today? I've got the king of potatoes. No, it's not your Redwood, Ryan. It's not your Maris Piper. This is the king of potatoes, the Agria potato. Yeah. So tell me, why do you love these potatoes so much?
What I love about those potatoes, Rob, is the fact that they are a great size, they're starchy, they've got that floury centre which we crave, crispy outside, fluffy, floury centre, and for me, they are the king of potatoes when it comes to roasting.
Right, Ryan, so I've done my job. I found you the perfect potato. You just got to show me how to roast them.
Well, Rob, you've done the hard work by giving me this beautiful potato. We're gonna get this peeled, it's firm, it's fresh, get it in some ocean-like water, in the pan, nice and soft, it's gonna go nice and fluffy, into a tray, in the oven. We're gonna deliver those perfect roast potatoes.
Let's get cooking.
It's that time of year, it's Christmas, and there's only one thing I'm thinking about, the big day, as I'm sure you are. And we've got a fantastic product here. So we've got these beautiful, beautiful Agria potatoes, and they've got a 12-month season. So that means we're gonna teach you guys today how to boss this incredible ingredient, and you're gonna be able to do it time and time again throughout the season, every Sunday of the year. So listen up, because I've got some good tips to show you with these beautiful potatoes. So let's crack on. First things first, the potato, what you're looking for. We've gone through it, Agria, nice and firm, golden flesh, and you just want to clean them up. This is what they did look like. So earthy, beautiful, fresh, dirty potatoes are what I really like. Give them a little clean. Good little tip from the kitchen is to do them in warm water, because you've usually got a clay, silty texture, and if you get a little bit of, warm water on that, it just slides straight off. So when I'm doing potatoes for my roast, there's a couple of things that people ask me. What oil do you use? Is it goose fat? Is it plain oil? So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I cook my potatoes in. Olive oil. And you probably weren't expecting that. And the reason you weren't is because everybody says, oh, what do you do yours in? Goose fat, duck fat. I like to put a little bit of beef dripping in mine. I think if you do that, number one, the vegetarians and vegans at the table, which are becoming a little bit more popular, don't get to get in on all the excitement. And number two, I like to go with a nice plant oil. So olive oil adds a nice grassy note. It's got a low smoke point. You're probably thinking, what does that mean? Well, people say you want a high smoke point so that it can withstand the heat and get more crisp. You put in cool steamed potatoes into that tray. So that kind of protects the oil a little bit. So I don't really know how important that high smoke point is. So as you can see, just peeling those back now. I think that'll be enough. When I peel them back, don't worry about the little blemishes. These are just where the root bases were. A lot of people think they're bad potatoes. Pick all the eyes out. Unless you've got a little bit of mold or white bit, I would just go ahead and leave it. And then I like a nice big roast potato. And as well, if you've got time on your hands, I think it's really, really important to have a nice big potato. It allows a lot of fluffiness inside. If you go too small, you're gonna break it up. It's gonna break up in the water, and you're gonna get an overly crispy potato. So I'd say you're looking at about fitting 4 into your hand, like that, nice size. It's a good portion ratio. Also, I would say a good 3 to 5, depending on how big eaters you are. And that'd be a great tip for portioning. I also think what else is important is the water. So a lot of people, you see people at tables, they get their chips, their potatoes, throw a load of salt on it. You have no control whatsoever with how you're seasoning. Most of it falls off. And to be honest, if you're trying to season that, you're gonna get about 10% of the top. So a little tip for you, into cold water with your potatoes. And I'll come to the cold water in a minute. So we'll turn this on here. So all the potatoes go in, and then we talked about seasoning. Just dry my hands there. How much salt? You're looking for your water to be ocean-like. What's ocean-like taste like? We've all been to the seaside, had a bit of salt water in your mouth. Exactly that, and I got taught that by 2 Michelin star chefs. So a good kind of 2 or 3 tablespoons in there. And the cold water, which I said I'd come to. Really, really important. There's a golden rule with chefs. Anything above the ground you know, it's kind of had a little bit of wind, a little bit of sun, a little bit of rain to deal with. But anything underground has to be robust, it has to be bold, it's usually texture is dense. So it takes a lot longer to cook than the pretty green leaves like spinach, cabbages, etc. So the cold water allows the vegetables to come up at the same time as the water, and it cooks evenly. So you don't have a broken outside and a raw inside. So always cold water, ocean-like to taste. So get your fingers in there, get a spoon in there, and give it a good taste. Then you want to bring that to the boil, about 20 minutes, 25 minutes until you can get a knife into the potatoes, nice and tender. And again, you've probably seen on the screen before, a few people are saying you want to take them to the edge. The problem with this is everybody takes them too far, and then we've all had that colander moment where we put the potatoes in and they all break up on the bottom and you lose, well, we're talking about an incredible product here, about 30–40% of the finished product, which for me is an absolute criminal offence. So there you go, 20 minutes, and then we'll talk about the oil and get them in the oven. So guys, the potatoes now, as you can see, steaming, nice and tender. The way to check whether they're tender is let the weight of the knife do the job. As you can see, just sticks in there. That's telling me they're perfect. So we want to get those out of there really gently, give them a little 5-minute steam onto the tray of hot oil. So let's go and do that. So nice hot oil. So as you can see, just starting to smoke at eye level. So get yourself down on the table. It's a good indication that the oil is hot and it will run like water. So potatoes go in, should get a little bit of a sizzle. Don't worry if not. You got a nice hot oven. Really, really important about seasoning the potatoes, the type of potatoes, the oil for the potatoes, but I haven't said yet what temperature for the potatoes. It's a really, really important tip here. So you're looking about 230 Celsius. And also very, very important, is having a chat to the king of Covent Garden himself about how to do the perfect roast potatoes. And for me, it's getting everything out of the way. The turkey's done, the Yorkshires were done in the morning if that's your thing, all the vegetables are boiling away, the gravy's done, and all you've got left is the roasties. So I've got this golden rule. And that golden rule is, the potatoes don't work for you, you work for the potatoes. And they're gonna be ready when they're ready. But most importantly, we've cooked these potatoes. You can see they're tender. We've got a great potato. All we've got to do is crisp them up. So why would you put them in a steam room to crisp up when you need a sauna? So that's what we're trying to do. We don't want an oven full of vegetables steaming away, turkey, sauces, you name it. A nice dry oven. Get these potatoes sizzling, crisping, so you can be bossing it on the big day. So in the oven we go. Another tip would be, pop those in, nice hot oven. In between cooking time as well, which you're looking 230 degrees, about 35–45 minutes until golden. Turn in between 2 and 3 times. Open the oven door, big gush of steam comes out. That's what we're trying to do. We've got a cooked potato. We want the steam to leave. That's going to give a crispy exterior on the outside and a fluffy interior. So I'm looking forward to seeing yours. Right, so it's time to serve. Rob, come over here, fella. I need a little bit of help with this. We're taking all the glory of your incredible produce.
Smells amazing.
It's like, do you know what? It's like it's Christmas Day today. We're not far off, but a good little practice. Can't do anyone any harm.
Oh,
so,
roast potatoes.
Mr. Robert, do me a favour. Grab a little bit of that rosemary over there. I'll grab a little bit of garlic. We're going to finish these off, so look at those. Ready for it? Ready? Can you hear that?
That crunch, that crisp.
That's what you're looking for. So just strip it from the top to bottom, straight into there, nice and rustically. And we're going to go a little bit of weight. So 1 garlic clove, 2 garlic, show my strength, there we go. And 3 garlic cloves. Now what's the point of this?
Don't need to peel the skin off now?
No, when you're going out on a Friday night, you want to impress the missus, little spray this, little spray that, yeah? Same for you guys?
Always works.
So that's what we're trying to do here. We've got a fantastic ingredient, like yourself, fella.
Thank you.
And we're just going to put a nice little spray on there just to impress. So we're going to go in here. Let's listen to that.
The smell of them's amazing.
Yeah, there you go. And you got a little bit of excess oil there. Maybe don't pour that in. That's fine. It's done its work. We don't need to be eating it. Okay, so do me a favour. You're gonna go in there, steady now, steady now. So a nice little toss. And what we're trying to do is you've got all that heat in there, 230 degrees.
Oh.
It's gonna get onto that delicate rosemary, the pungentness of the garlic. It's just gonna expose it and bring the natural oils out of there. You can smell that. Woof.
Smells, yeah.
And
that's
that,
all you just come getting is a waft. Just
and what you're getting there, mate, is what people are gonna get at the table. So go ahead, serve them in there. We'll put a little bit of rosemary on top. And for me, if there's one compliment I get at the table that I'm sure of every time and I will take, it's the roast potatoes. So look at that. Give them a little bit of height.
The goldenness, the colour of them, it's outstanding.
Well, you could say it was the ingredient. A little bit of know-how with what you're doing.
So you've done your bit. Tasting now. We allowed to get stuck in?
Let's do it. So, look at those.
Oh.
Going for a big boy. So you're looking for
fluffiness. Just it looks amazing.
It's creamy,
golden, crispiness.
Go on.
Steam coming out.
Get it in your mouth.
Wow.
How's that?
Mother-in-law's gonna love them. If she don't love them, ask her to leave. Ryan, who smashed it. Market chef. Happy Christmas.